Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Caveman Cosmos with me, Alpha Pi Omega, and Byzantium. So the turn is 7374, year 1750 AD, and we are one turn away from semi-automatic weapons. Well, it's not exactly a technology that gets me all excited, because honestly, we're gonna get motorcycles, though not really sure what the effective thing on them is, apart from the speed. The speed is pretty good, and they eventually upgrade to unmanned trike, though that requires military robotics, which we're not gonna get anytime soon. And I don't really see can only defend military branch. I think it really is about the speed, because with some bonuses they could reach any place within a couple of turns, because we can boost them up, and on the road they're probably extremely good. Plus the spotting range is pretty good. Yeah, but they would always need to be combined and boosted significantly to have any kind of effect, because when you look, for example, at the Gatling gun, which is another unit that we're gonna get, it gets 25, which is more than twice the strength, but it has only speed of 1. And that's pretty much all there is. We also get thugs, we get mobster cars, and boss neggers, which I'm not even sure what is. Boss negger, whether a bush negro, was originally a neutral anthropological term for maroons from the Suriname hinterlands. Today it is considered rather derogatory. Well, they're fairly strong though. Requires ammunition, doesn't receive defensive bonuses. Oh god, they increase crime insanely. No, I mean, they upgrade to street gangs, so yeah, that's just a way how you can mess someone up. But yeah, as I said, we don't get anything interesting, just, you know, more crime and the mob storefronts. Really, this is just a thing that you need to get to be able to get to the good stuff, like Imperialism. Alright, but fair enough. It gives a bunch of really good world wonders. The Helsinki Cathedral especially is a beautiful, beautiful place. Converts 10% culture around conquered cities. That's actually pretty cool and could be very useful for us. And the other, wait, that's the Helsinki Cathedral. Anything else that's there? Crystal Palace. That one starts a golden age. Pearl Harbor helps naval. Reichstags, again, starts a golden age every time you get a vassal. Alright, Scapa Flow. And Rhodesian culture. This one is interesting. Lowers damage from air units, lowers unhappiness from war, heals naval and aircraft, and adds 25% defense and all cities. It's actually a really interesting one. Great natural harbor in the Orkney Islands of the northern tip of Scotland. During the 2 World Wars, this was the main naval base for the Grand Fleet of the United Kingdom. The German High Seas Fleet was also interned here after the German surrender in World War I. The German sailors eventually scuttled most of the ships. The naval base was closed in 1956, and the area is now used as a processing point for oil from the North Sea. Interesting. Well, and then the last thing that we're going to get today is artillery, which is going to be, well, it gives artillery battery and a bunch of ships and great people. But again, none of these really give us too many buildings, which, you know, frankly speaking, I can get behind, because we still have a ton of things to build, like Constantinople. Sorry, it's not what I wanted to cut, but Constantinople itself has a bunch of things, plus another couple of things could be taken from here. And the situation is the same with other cities, so I don't mind. Furthermore, we currently have, as you might have probably guessed, Pyrgion at population 21. I plan to get it to 22, and then we will go and settle over here with our next city. And we've been discussing that for quite some time now, and I think the time has really come to get a staging ground for us here. You can see that our vassals, Egypt and Greece, have already settled in the area extensively. So, you know, it's time for us to actually get more involved as well. And eventually, if that works, we could try to build a sort of a land bridge here northwards and build another city over here at the corner of the map, because there's a ton of resources there. So it would be one city here, one city here, and one city here. You know, we could potentially also expand into this area, but we have already discussed that this will always be ours at this point. So there is a lot to be said for extending our, you know, general territory. Apart from that, what's new? Well, we have been greatly working on the education. As you know, this thing is actually, I would say, bonkers at this point. To keep it light, because like every single city is now just racing up, including Constantinople, which is already way above 11,000, almost reaching 12,000. All but 4 cities, and these ones will probably reach 5,000 as well, are now above 5,000, and most of our cities are now above 7,500, with many chasing to get there. So yeah, educational revolution has reached us, and I'm really happy to say that, because we will have a huge bump up when we get to the next age, which I believe is the atomic age. When it comes to crime, it's lowering as well. Some cities, however, see a market increase, most notably, for example, Pergion, because of the growth, and other cities as well, as they have grown in the recent time, but you know, still nothing to be worried about. When the worst crime you get is minus 722, you know that we're pretty much living in a paradise. When it comes to disease, the same, minus 222. They've also done quite a lot of work when it comes to pollution, but in many cities it's actually, well, I'm happy to say that it's decreasing. You know, many cities have it, yeah. Pretty much every single city, with the exception of a couple, is decreasing it, some at a rapid rate, as we're building the public transport, and I'm hoping that we will not see... Actually, I think that we no longer have problem with pollution in any of our cities. Is that possible? No, you still have this one. So we have, what, 2 cities that have trouble with pollution now? Yes, and both are decreasing. Awesome! So this is going to be the first time in a while when none of our cities are actually going to get problems with pollution. That's great. That's great. I think the same can be said for water pollution, because the cities like Canada has the highest, and I think the earliest water pollution also starts at around... yeah, around 400. So yeah, our cities are going to be soon pollution free. That's actually way better than I expected it. I'm happy to say that. On the downside though, I have to complain about something, and that is that we have had a number of accidents recently. Most recently in Valdisa Adlicum. You get an event where the dam breaks and your city is flooded, killing one population, which does not seem like a lot, but for example, for Laodicea, it's dozens and dozens of turns of development lost, so that kind of sucks. The overpopulation is, of course, increasing. We are now at almost 47 million, but still, you know, losing population. We've already lost 1 or 2 in Constantinople in the past couple of episodes. We have lost 1 in Laodicea. I know it happened, I think, in Adi a couple of turns back. Vodena had an issue with that. So yeah, the dams are not only net positive. I know that they do not give any pollution, and they give you electricity and a lot of production, but they have been killing our people in the recent times, so that's a bit of an issue. On the war front, there is no more Israel in this area. We have effectively destroyed them. They're no longer even listed in the top civilizations, and we have recently been able to sign a peace with them. I actually paid them to sign peace. I don't think they'll be willing to talk to me in any way at this point, but the only 2 cities that they have are now located over Where are they? Here. And they're locked. So I don't think they will be able to settle anymore. So hopefully they are no longer going to be coming after us. And if they do, they will not possess any issue. Who we're having issues with, though, is Charles, who we can't even talk to be quite honest, because we eliminated him from the game. So I don't even know why he's still listed here. And Roosevelt, of all people, he refuses. Okay, well, as I said that, he accepted peace. But I tried a couple of times before starting, the past previous turns, basically, and he never accepted, so now he did. I think what changed his mind was actually our units getting into his territory and starting to pillage the land. Alright, that's actually not great, because you're effectively landlocked. Well, alright guys, I mean, you can stay in here, but this is not good. I should have realized this, that I had some units there. Right of, oh no, they're good. Yes, awesome. Well, thanks guys. I guess this was just a big misunderstanding, wasn't it? What happened? Oh, we were at war with you too? Why can't we pass? Entering American land with Regal War. Okay, so rite of passage is not enough. We need open borders. That's the issue. Alright, well, I'll deal with this. It's, just stay there for now. You guys can actually pass through without an issue. You are already passing through. Cool. Come on. I hate this. Okay, it will trigger next turn. I don't have patience for this. But alright, we'll just move you back and station you back somewhere here. Or we might actually, I don't have any beef with the Americans. So I might just go ahead and station my army back in my territory for once, because this has been going on for quite some time. We have also managed to sign peace with 2P, so I think that after this was a long couple of turns, but yes, now we are no longer at war with anyone. Awesome. So, good, back to the peaceful development. Alright, well, with that said, I don't think there's anything more that I would like to mention at this point. We just continue with the usual, upgrading our territory and making sure that everything is fine. We've gotten a couple of extra units here and there, but yeah, we're gonna have to start that new city soon, and that's going to be a great undertaking. But I'm okay with it, which actually reminded me that we might use the prisoners that we have just gained. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not enough. Okay, never mind. We'll send someone else. Let's end the turn.
An average Zulu is any more than a match for an average Englishman in bodily capacity. But he flees from an English boy, because he fears the boy's revolver or those who will use it for him.
Well, and he is better off for that. Because the dead man cannot fight another day. Anyway, as we discussed, we get access to motorcycle, to Gatling gun, and a couple of other units, and the mob storefront we're not gonna use. I mean, it gives us money, but we don't really need the crime rate, but mob's the car. What do you give? 26.7, 50. And a nerve. It's cargo space. can conduct a trading mission, can infiltrate another player's city. I'm thinking we might start using units like these to actually make other players. I mean, NPC. The AI in the game, I want to say NPC, but the AI in the game is not good enough to use this kind of units, so I don't really feel like it would be good to do those things myself. Let's see, if you need a car wash, of course you could build the mob storefront now, but instead, public transport. Yes, let's get rid of that pollution. And maybe the subway station, detective agency. And I really like the movie theater, so let's start with that. Actually, no, let's start with the public transportation, but then get the movie theater, the new guys. The insane asylum and the drive-in movie theater. That's gonna keep you busy for a while. And before you do that, yes, you have enough production. Give me these two. Cool, cool. Ragusa finished its construction. You get about Hram, which arguably is going to be good. Build me these two. Do you have? Yes, start with the public tram. Actually, Hram first. That one is really quick to build. You. And then I guess that's about it. We're gonna build the detective agency, but before you do that, as usual, you and you. We get access to the Gatling gun already, or do we need anything else? Because I don't see. No, we do. I see it here. Alright. The police car, too. I mean, the crime is, so low that it doesn't even make sense to think about it. What about you? You finished the youth center. Any more educational buildings? Well, Hram. Then you can build me the... Actually, then you were gonna build... Oh, okay, you have a couple of things you need. So public transportation, then the fire hydrants and the fire station. Public beach. Then you build me the movie theater and the drive-thru. Then the drama school. We don't need the dojo for now. You can build the police station. Anything else? The city morgue is pretty good though. As you can see, there's Ruben. We're not left wanting for anything. Transport, ironclad. Any more industrial-oriented buildings? Well, Insane Asylum is good. The subway station I kind of like. Going firm. Yeah, these are too weak too. Don't have the music factory. Mail order catalog is pretty good. So let's get that one. Alright, you guys can actually... Damn, what happened? Did we... Yeah, I think that India managed to actually lock us out. They connected in here. Dang it. Well, India. How about... let's get something else. Well, they don't like us, really. Unfortunate. No, actually, they're not. They're just annoyed. They will not trade us or anything. Just accept this gift. Years of peace. You raise a holy city. You have traded with all worst enemies. Well, I apologize for that. This is really problematic. Because we can't really move through the American territory. Well, the Americans will not Yeah, we do not have... That is problematic. Alright, that's gonna be something that I need to fix. Maya... Wait, I don't want to talk to you. Maya has all the reasons to let us through, but we cannot reach them. Yeah, we're effectively locked in here. Well, it's not good. Well, again, as I said, I will need to figure something out. I apologize for, you know, spending too much time on that, but it's a bit of a weird situation I'm not used to. I mean, I could fight my my way through if I needed to. Not exactly a way that I prefer. Okay, let me just continue annoying you guys. I really do not like you. So you can just die in poverty. And this is also considered war. Well, let's all meet up here. How about you guys? What are you doing? Listen, no. We're going to be done in 8 turns. I need to keep an eye on that because that will be oil. Yeah, we do have a hydrocarbon well there. There was this one that I wanted to upgrade, so let's do just that. Upgrade the dismounting. And that's it. That's the turn. So in 13 turns, and that should be relatively fast, I'll be back with Imperialism. Again, this will be most of an episode about catching up. I like that. I like that. That gives us a lot of leeway into studying that new city. I like that. I guess that's gonna be the highlight of this episode. Turn 7387, year 1751 AD, and we are 1 turn away from Imperialism. And if I'm not mistaken, only 1 year passed since the last update. Really? Huh, interesting. I didn't notice that the time was passing this slow. Anyway, as I expected, with no wars, and we still have no wars, the game is much smoother and allows me to play much quicker. So, what are we up to? Well, we're up to settling the new city. I have made my mind. We're gonna settle over here, which is a little bit of a long-term planning because it will give us access to all of these, and even these 2 resources. Because if you get the Metropolitan Administration, these are all within the acceptable distance. So this is the only one that we're actually gonna miss, but I think that one is... No, it's too far from Rehovot to actually be taken. So the city is going to be found here. Oh, and actually I wanted to mention that Ephesus has been found here, which is interesting. Greece is really taking advantage of our support. Look how many cities they have now. Yeah, they have 10. Didn't have they like 4? We really helped them quite a lot by eliminating the Israeli opposition. And also, you know, Egypt is here. Man, we have really given them this entire territory, didn't we? Alright, well, one more reason to actually settle here. And once that city is going to reach population 22, we're gonna settle over... I mean, we would be pushing Asyut away. We might just straight up go ahead and settle here. I kinda don't like this location. We might go here, which would 1, 2, 3... We have to settle on the oil directly to have access to you, or here. 1, 2, 3. But we wouldn't get access to the fish. But this place looks nice. I like the, you know, setting up on the hills. So yeah, we might settle here and then here. I wanted to actually have one set in the middle, but with Asyut here, you know, the whole... So this is where Mansa Musa is. Does he still have rite of passage? You can't establish embassy. Okay, so he might just have this area. I don't think he has any other cities anywhere that I can see. You guys hinted at him having some of the cities, but I think you're as confused about it as I am, because, you know, he has the same cover, or almost the same cover, as the Native Americans. But yeah, setting a city here I think is a good choice. And then another one over here. I don't think we're gonna try to encroach on Asyut that much. It wouldn't even work. We would have to settle over here to actually gain. Oh, I mean, still, there could be farms here. I'll give it a thought. It's nothing that we need to think about right now. Anyway, Perigon is now at population 22, which is the limit. I actually decided that, you know, we're not gonna go to 20. We're just gonna go to the lowest city that is previously founded. So now that when we have two cities of 22, that was the limit. Actually, Cardianon was the only one that had 22, but Perigon reached 22, and that means that the city we will found will most likely going to be 23, because Perigon is about to level up in 2 turns, and I'm pretty sure that, what's the other city? Cardianon over here is also, yeah, it's going to be population 23 in 22 turns. So we're definitely, sorry, not in 22 turns, in 90 turns, it's going to be population 23. And I'm pretty sure that we're not going to be able to get this city to 22 within 19 turns. But yeah, the expansion is real. When it comes to our situation in other cities, we're doing kind of good. We didn't have any detrimental effects, so science is now at 160,546 as we continue building the vaccine labs, and we finished a couple more colleges. The production is doing also very well. We are reaching 46,000 in crop yield soon. Constantinople is stagnant right now because we're building the police squads, park rangers. I finished the first 2 Gatling guns, and I decided to keep them here as an additional defense for the capital, which I guess makes sense. You know, we should have a little bit more here than just one single rifleman unit, which isn't even that good, really. So, you know, it's a strengthening of our position. The units for the new city that we're sending are already on the way. We have captive military and civilians going here. We have, well, here's one rifleman unit. Not sure where the second one is, but it's also on the way. We have the police car coming here. We have a bunch of missionaries already on the way. So, you know, everything is getting pretty good. And a pioneer is recruited here. We won't need any additional... why are you guys here? You should be, I'm pretty sure, here with the army. So let me send you there. I think I forgot you back there. And we have entertainers and captive military and civilians marching also here. So there is going to be a significant civilian and worker population here when we reach that area by the pioneer that we're recruiting here. I don't think that they'll be able to reach that place before the next update. Maybe so, but we will definitely not have the city very developed by the time I'm back next. But we'll see. You know, maybe I'll surprise myself. I'm also sending already one of the worker groups to develop the area. We've kind of ran out. We've kind of ran out of improvements. Just the south is a little bit, you know, underdeveloped, so we're working on that around Perigon. But you can see most of the towns now have forests. There's a little bit of it missing over here. Same a little bit over here, but this is not very heavily utilized environment, so we'll need to fix that. But yeah, the central and southern area is mostly done. I'm mentioning this because you guys keep telling me that I should get more workers, but I'm kind of okay with the amount that we have. I know that it's not going extremely fast, but we're not really in a hurry, and I like them to have something to do, to be quite honest, because, you know, sending them... Oh, you're the guys that are actually... Yeah, you're the guys that are going. Having them not have anything to do would be pretty bad. So I'm enjoying that. Anyway, Imperialism next. And once that's gonna be done, we are gonna go straight up for artillery. Again, as I said, more of a catch-up episode in this one. Next one is gonna be better. Meteorology is gonna be nice, though that one doesn't give us that much, but it gives us the meteorology lab, which is good. That's a boost. And the community garden is gonna get 6 extra food, which is definitely gonna push us quite high, because we have that in every single city. So that's at least 300 food, rather more. After that, we are gonna go for barbed wire, which gives pasture a little bit of a boost, which is good because, you know, the pastures are one of our weakest buildings, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm happy to have a little bit of a bonus to them. And I think that's all that we get, right? Yeah, barbed fence. About is fine. About this. Okay, so that is an upgrade to the city defenses. And that is really all. Okay, so we get 1 building in the meteorology, 1 in barbed wire. I'm pretty sure that we can build that faster than, you know, these would have you believe. And what's 6? Foreign policy. And it was Department of Foreign Policy, and that's that. Alright, so it turns out, wow, Ambassador's House actually gets a huge bonus. And it will secure borders. Wait, so that's an alternative to closed open borders? Let me check. Because we had no development in that area for quite some time. Yeah, we had opened and closed. And now we have secured. Extra military unit production, extra foreign trade route yield in all cities, extra happiness in all cities, extra boost to production, food, and gold in all cities, extra food and production and gold from trade routes, extra happiness, and it actually lowers crime and disease in all cities. Quite significant, actually. That's a 9 and 6 difference. Wow, that's actually way better. I missed that before. Nice. And disables the construction of Ellis Island. And then we have actual immigration, skilled workers, and virtual citizenship. So while the next episode is also going to be most a catch-up, and we're doing good on that. We're building so many important buildings that we didn't have time before. Next one is going to continue that by giving us a little bit, but not much. What's coming next? 7. Okay, Marxism, not great. Social services, it might not be bad. I mean, it is a fairly good. Oh, I mean, it increases maintenance and gives you just +2 health. That really isn't that good. Then you get labor unions, which I'm actually looking forward to because the local courthouse is a good one. Welfare office lowers maintenance. That's interesting. And we get labor unions and Yasnaya Poliana. Really nice. And after labor unions, we get realism, which is going to be a culture building for us. Opera house, yep. And modern art theater. How is that a world national wonder? Bayreuth Festspielhaus, Bolshoi Theater, and Sydney Opera House, and orchestra and theater. +2 culture for 2 maintenance. Are you kidding me? And of course, Kokpong. It's actually interesting to have that. Alright, and then the next episode is gonna be women's suffrage. Daycare center, that one I'm looking forward to. Space. Establishment that sells alcoholic beverages. Does it require? Yes, it requires Alcohol prohibition. Alright. Sorority house. Alcohol prohibition. Yeah, none of these really gives us that many buildings. That's really interesting. And then 11 is Impressionism. That's a boy story. Yeah, I mean, not bad, but definitely not interesting. Water sports, that one gives water polo and water raceway. Lawn sports. Lawn sports gives a bunch of these cricket house and stuff like that, but those are never really that interesting. And gyro compass just gives us nothing. Extra movement. And then it's 15, 16, 17. Yeah, cubism doesn't give us anything at all, it just boosts the art gallery. Motorsports gave go-kart track and speedway. And then you have the atomic lifestyle. Man, we're really not gonna get much here. And I know you keep telling me that I should get more religion. But I'll be honest, I have absolutely no interest in researching Mormonism. As far as I'm interested, you know, I know in the game mechanics it would give me some boost, but man, it's like Scientology. I'm just not interested in these religions, the modern in Baha'i 19th century Persia. We might want to do that one. I don't know. Someone else is gonna research them probably, and they're gonna spread it out. We have that many religions already. Yep. And I just wanted to say that. Other than that, when you look at, for example, Constantinople, the list is getting shorter, and all of the important home buildings cost like 4 turns. So we will definitely catch up, and then we can start things like water park or bus station, security bureau, parking garage, stuff like that. These are. I mean, a couple of these will actually be pretty good, but they're never good enough to build unless you have anything better to build. So, yeah, we'll try. It's kind of nice to know that for the next, 60, 80 turns, we're going to be catching up in all of our cities. That's going to put us back in the forefront and hungry for more buildings, which are definitely going to come with the atomic lifestyle, like industrialism itself. Just look at that. That is really nice. And you have... Oh, okay, trench warfare is not exactly, but advanced metallurgy, and that's a bunch of new buildings as well. Abstract mathematics, alright, these are just world wonders, but encryption machines, flight, zeppelins. But yeah, I can stand by my conviction that we do not really get as many things that produce things. It's mostly about extra food or gold. Okay, manufacturing plant is gonna be a big boost. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, mostly we're getting money. And money is one thing that we're actually not short on. Oh, either way. Let's end the turn and hear it for Imperialism.
If it were necessary to give the briefest possible definition of imperialism, we should have to say that imperialism is the monopoly stage of capitalism.
Okay, that I do not agree with at all. Either way, Crystal Palace, Helsinki Cathedral, Pearl Harbor, Reichstag, Scapa Flow. I think this is pronounced a little bit differently though. Maybe not. Rhodesian culture. And that's that. So yeah, we're gonna get artillery in 14 turns. So anything that you guys can build here. Oh wow, you actually can. Crystal Palace, Reichstag. Close 10% of the conquered cities. I think I'm gonna go with the Crystal Palace. That is gonna give us 2 culture per specialist in all cities. Actually, that is insane. And it starts a golden age. Alright, let's do that. I'm gonna shadow a couple of these. Varna has a decent enough production to actually handle this. How's your air pollution? Yeah, I mean, we're not in a hurry. Then the psychology lab. Any major building here? No, not from a trip. Subway station is a good idea. Parking garage. No food. Oh, the movie theater. I always forget about the movie theater. We need to build that one first, because that is actually a really good building. Way better than I actually would think it has any right to be. Science, gold, and culture. I mean, in their time, the buildings were pretty darn good, or the movie theaters. You guys are all 5, so no need to soften it up. And you can go straight up here. The food freight. Yeah, that was actually a delivery for Constantinople. We want to get it to 63, and because we're going to start a new city, I don't have any preference about its. Yeah, you can. There's a bison here, so build a hunting preserve. Alright, here we go. The Pioneer. I really hope nothing's gonna happen to them, but the barbarians shouldn't be able to access our territory. You are producing the missionaries. So get in there. Oh, you were upgraded, yeah. I was wondering why Neo Caesarea has something like that, and you were building the police dog, weren't you? Yeah, the territory of vigilance, right? Yeah, more spotting. Let's send you here as well. And the partisans have pretty much liquidated the entirety of the local protection. Which, to be fair, makes me happy. You know, Israel is no longer even listed. That's what they get. You know, I'm gonna leave them alone soon, but I still have a beef with them for now. I just hate how they treated us and the constant endless battles. Okay, forest this rice field. Yes, that sounds absolutely ridiculous and I love it. Forest this, what is that? Barley. Okay, you first this the pumpkin field? No, it's not. Oh, silver ore, yeah, we're supposed to rebuild that. Cool, and that has been a turn. As you can see, our cities are continuously growing. We're gonna be building a couple of park rangers here, and then it's back to the buildings. And that will lead us to just found the city, because everything else has been already produced. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you in 14 turns with artillery and some news. Turn 7401, year 1753 AD, and we are 1 turn away from artillery. So what's new? Well, as you guys have probably expected, we have a new city, the city of Petra, which is connecting us even more to our allies, Greece and Egypt. We actually are growing into a one large empire with our allies getting more and more progressively stronger. I really like it because Egypt now has 12 cities, Greece has 10 cities, and that makes me happy. Remember, both of these nations were at some... Well, actually, Greece, I don't think we were ever in conflict with Greece. They reached out to us for protection from Israel, and at one point they had like 2 cities left, I think. That's when we stationed our armies in Athens and Sparta and tried to protect them. But I see they got Jena, they got Mykene, and they are quite extensively colonizing in the north as well. And they have recently built the city of Ephesus here, which we have noted. Unfortunately, that city actually means that we are not able... Well, actually, no, not that city. That doesn't sound right. The thing is, there is no way we can actually gain these resources. So what I decided to do is I decided to settle a little bit more to the east, which will give us access to the natural gas over here and the tin ore that's localized here. So we'll basically get access to coffee, jade, prickle pear, and we'll get access to pistachios, and the city is actually built on them. We have the kangaroo stone, natural gas, coal, and tin ore. We are missing on the prickle pear oil, iron ore, and the peyote, but there's no way we could do anything with that because there cannot be a city found here, and they actually beaten us to it by settling on this little oasis. I'm really hoping that it's gonna work out for them. I wish I could actually give them the territory over here, but I guess I won't be able to. And we'll have to see if their culture is strong enough to actually get it. Cleopatra is the first step for us to actually move northwards towards Coimbatore. I could potentially found a city over here. Actually, this is like literally the only place where we could do it, because the rest is already taken by Egypt, and we cannot settle in the desert. So we'll see. Either we'll settle one city over here, but we could just straight up go and get Coimbatore as a city for ourselves, and that will expand our reach into this area of the map, which is actually so far away from our capital as is the cities over here in Nicandros, Eleftheron, basically meaning that we are colonizing nearly half of the coast. I mean, it's more like 2/5, because this coast is a little bit more so, you know, it's a little bit more complicated than the straight lines that we are colonizing, but you know, straight up pretty good for them. Other than that, we are doing good. We have been busy with improving our performance in the cities. We will soon get, where is it? Here, Grauman's National Theater, or Grauman's Chinese Theater in 4 turns, which is gonna give us a free movie theater in every city. So that's gonna be a big boost to our gold influx, and I think it also helps with culture. Movie theater gives, yes, happiness, culture, and gold, and they give 6 education and 1 free celebrity, which is pretty good. We've also grown the population of Constantinople to 63, so now 6 million people live in our capital, 8 of which is scientists, 40 are priests. This is such a bizarre thing, but I guess, you know, I'm not gonna bash the game for it. We have a number of extra free pops, and we are utilizing all of the tiles that are here. So the city is doing great. It has a scientific output of nearly 5,000, which is really nice. We're building a psychology lab, the city morgue, and the detective agency, and there really isn't much that we would want after that. Air pollution and water pollution are, after hundreds if not thousands of years, finally below 0 in our capital, which makes me really happy, and I would like to keep it that way. Alright, anything else that would be worth mentioning? I'm not entirely sure. We have left the cities of Israel alone for quite some time now. I don't think I can actually show you that, but they have no more improvements. There might be some over here. Yeah, there's a jade mine here, but that's about it. The city of Dimona is not growing at all, nor was Ramat Gan, and I have sent my partisans down here to keep an eye on America. I don't think they will be any threat to us. They are so far away that I wouldn't really think that they might have any reason to actually attack us. Tupi is way more likely to do anything, but I'm not sure if we can actually do something with them. They are so hostile to us. So is Polynesia. What did we do to Polynesia? Did we do anything to Polynesia? Why do you hate us? First impression, declared war. We had the whole city. I wouldn't mind if we had no war at all till the end of the game. That would make me happy, but I'm not entirely sure if that's gonna be the case. Either way, let's hear it for artillery, which I believe is going to be the next step for us. Yeah. Alright. And then we can have a little bit of a better look on Cleopatra.
Artillery adds dignity to what would otherwise be a vulgar brawl.
Interesting that this is an original Civ 4 technology. Out of all the ones that we had recently, I would have not expected artillery to be one of those. Either way, it gives us an ammunitions factory. Nothing that would be that. I think we already, it replaces, does it? Yeah, gunsmith and ammunitions workshop. All right, so we already have the workshop. So wait, that is actually interesting because you give +5. And the gunsmith gives +1, and you give only +1. So that's actually a way how we can lower pollution. Okay, that alone makes sense. All right, and you provide both ammunition and firearms. Okay, well, good for us. And the other building that you provide is an artillery battery, which is a coastal defensive. Is it? 4% defense. Less damage to defense. Increases fire risk. You replace the bombard tower, yeah, fortified outpost. Guard tower keep. So the bombard tower is the +5. So you decrease crime a little bit more, but also present much higher fire risk. Oh, I remember this one. That's one coming from Prehistoric Age. Yeah, we've had this one. Nice. Damn, I completely forgot that there was a frontier outpost. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's a blast from the past. Okay, we got light artillery and a lot of extra units. So let's see if we can build some of those. Wait, we don't... That was weird. We didn't have any... Scoundrel, okay. An enemy scoundrel. Okay, we captured someone. That's good. Or we killed someone. So Himalayan forest here. Yeah, now we have a spy here, so you can see what they're actually using. There is literally not a single... Well, actually, this tile... Oh no, this one. That might be a farm. Yeah, it's a farm that we haven't destroyed. I guess we don't really want them to starve. What about you? Let's see. Okay, food freight arrived to Elephantine. So we are going to continue to Cleopatra. We've already spread a number of religions here, so let's put Canonism. Canonism is spread, good. So this is what the city looks like right now. It has 44 food and 145 production. We have just finished the first building, so literally we have got what we got. Now I have built the university here. I heard that one up using supply car, and we finished the ancient customs. And the rest is actually given for free. Okay, and we're getting the elementary school. I was wondering why our education is skyrocketing so much, and it's coming from the elementary school and now from the... Oh, and then we have the mathematics academy here as well. And local courthouse. Alright, it's actually pretty good in the university giving us education. This is really nice because it jumpstarts your cities, so it won't take so long for them to reach some reasonable level of education. I like that. So mining camp is gonna be built next. We're gonna hurry up Arboretum during using the next supply train. The mining camp can be built on their own. I mean, you know, it would be such a waste to actually spend, what does it bring, 5,800 units of production on something that costs 1,420. So I'm trying to be a little bit more effective. So mining camp and community garden will be built by the city itself. We're gonna hurry up Arboretum, high school, and law school. And actually, one thing that I do not know is when we get the industrial farm, because that is another really good building. Do we need Arboretum for that? No, replacement for. What is the industrial? Because I don't remember what you need to do that. Is it called industrial farm? Yeah, it's a Renaissance building, isn't it? Yes, industrial farms. What do you require? Oh, you require a factory. All right. So that's what we need, because this is such a great building. It's like it would double the production in the city. All right. So that actually means that we need to put the factory there much sooner than I thought. All right. So let me just show it. I wasn't aware that that's how it works. All right. So mining camp. The next one will hurry up the arboretum, and the next one will start hurrying up the factory, and then we build the industrial farm. Good, 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 good. When we look at the stats of the civilization, I think we're doing just exceedingly good. You have only a few cities with air pollution, none of them with any kind of effects. Same with water pollution. The fire risk is actually also relatively mild. Having 347, the highest, I consider a win. And when it goes to, crime, the small, the highest crime we have is minus 1045, and you actually have a minus 170 reduction per turn. That is crazy. And the worst disease is 174. Wait, is it? Did I scroll back? No, it is. And that one's actually reducing it significantly by 33 per turn. When it comes to education, lowest is Kirjapetra, then Pyrigion is the second one with 3,115, Ionion 3,377. You see they're increasing. Same with Theodoricon, which will reach 5,000 within a couple of turns. And then everybody else is above 5,000, and starting with Magnastes, they are above 7,500. So that really makes me happy. Speaking of which, Theodoricon, are you building? Yeah, you're building telephone network. It's gonna give you education and driving school. That's gonna give you education. Isn't there anything better that we could build? Yeah, City College. Oh, you're already working on this one. I'm gonna put it here anyway. Any cheap scientific buildings? Yes, you, and you. It's gonna be a big boost. And then boosting production, because you get really just 647. I mean, there are literally no mines. It's almost completely food production, which makes this extremely hard, and I get that. Okay, canoe builder, straw gatherer, caravan post, shipwright. Those are really cheap ways. Guild. Let's build the Imperial Fortress too. And that's pretty much it. The rest of them are real expensive. Like 14 turns for +3 production seems extremely excessive. So I'll just see. We know any culture. I mean, one thing that might be worth thinking about is sending in. Oh yeah, we've built. Maybe we could consider demolishing, for example, these two farms. No, we cannot this one. There's a sugar there, but this one doesn't have anything. So we could plant prime timber here and build a lumber mill. And you could definitely turn from a lumber mill to... Yeah, okay, I'm gonna send a work group here to make sure that this works. Alright, well, that's all for this episode. Let's just end with the overview. Population almost at 40 million, less than 500,000 people to go. And gold closing on 300,000, manufactured goods reaching 100,000, and crop yield reaching 46,000. Again, the industrial farming is doing wonders for us. We have seen a huge growth of that, but so did we with manufactured goods and gold production, so I cannot really be mad at anyone. The second biggest civilization has 220,000 people. That cannot be right. Who is it Persia? You have 24 cities. How could you have only... Well, you got very small cities though. Your biggest city is... Wow, they have not a single city above 11. What about their capital? Persepolis. Okay, Persepolis is 12. Alright, well, I guess that's not an exaggeration because all of these cities are just so small. What's the biggest... I mean, when you look at cities like the Neopetra, it alone has 150,000 people. So from that point, I don't even think we need a 30 plus city. I think something... Okay, Callipolis is... Yeah, Callipolis itself has more people than the entire Persian Empire. Is there anyone here that has... Okay, Beijing has 19. What's the biggest that we can see on the map? Because we've raised most of the... Not American, yeah, no, nobody really has any more cities. Interestingly, Sparta has 16. And I would bet that Egypt also has some pretty big cities. No, actually, because they're in the desert, they don't have any... This is such a bizarre difference. Like, we have 9 and 5, 9 and 8. And that's 34, 32, 34, 35. Yeah, we dominate this game. But I mean, at least nobody can stop us. That's an advantage in its own. So, thank you, and I'll see you next time with Balloon Warfare. That is a, game changer for us. Oh no, their blimps are attacking. It's a blimp nightmare. Blimp, meteorology, and barbed wire is the name of the next game.